Hey friends, welcome to Coach's Corner. Today's question came in by email from a woman called Nana, and this is her question. My question is, can the blind lead the blind? I used to think I had it all figured out, then I realized I don't have it all figured out. Life has given me a few knocks, and my shock absorbers aren't what they used to be. I find myself withdrawing or becoming less optimistic about things and outcomes. The problem is people think I have it all figured out, when at the moment I'm just putting one foot in front of the other. I don't know what makes people think that I can't have a hard time of it. First of all, thank you so much for asking your question and having the courage to ask it. I want to start off by saying you are absolutely not alone. In fact, Jennifer Lopez, who doesn't know Jennifer Lopez, said, even though I sold 70 million albums, there was still a feeling that I'm not good at this. To me, it sounds like you are totally rocking it on the outside, but the inside hasn't got the news of your success. I see this a lot, especially in a lot of the professional women that I work with. And in some of the research that I've done on this thing called impostor syndrome, about 70% of US people, professionals, have this. So that's what I'm saying when I share with you that you are not alone. So I hope you find some comfort in that. So what is imposter syndrome? It's a syndrome or a psychological term. It's not really a syndrome, but it's a thing. It's a term that we use to describe people who doubt their accomplishments and have a persistent fear of being exposed as a fraud. There's actually a really comical and accurate video on YouTube that I will share in the comments below that I encourage you to check out. It will give you a little bit of opportunity to laugh and identify yourself with this term perhaps a little bit more. So it can come in the form of in a bunch of ways. Let me share with you a few. It can come in the form of self-defeating talk, like I'm not smart enough. Negative comparison with others. She's so much smarter than me. So you can start to hear this internal dialogue, right? Putting things off until later, so procrastination. Worrying thoughts, I think we know about that worry brain or that worry cycle we can get caught in. Lack of self-forgiveness, because how come we expect ourselves to be more perfect than we expect of others? And fear in terms of, oh, what will happen if? So those are all examples of some ways that imposter syndrome can show up. The good news is that once you kind of know what you're dealing with, you can change it. How? I'm going to give you 3 tips. 1, start with paying attention. So what is that voice inside your head? And in this particular situation, in your particular question, what is that voice saying when others who are looking up to you come to you for advice? What's the voice saying? Once you hear it, write it down. You've recognized it, so kudos to you. Recognizing it is difficult. So once you've recognized it, heard it, and written it down, the second step is to recognize you have a choice. Is it true? Are you going to believe it? What's the alternative? Is this something that you would say to a friend? Step 3 is talk back to it and replace it. So instead of something like, oh, what if you fail? You'll be a failure. An example of what you could replace it with is, well, first of all, tell it to calm down. I've named mine. She's called Sally. I put Sally in a timeout. And so in this example, you could say something like, most successful people have failures along the way. It's only failure if I stop. I really want to emphasize here that it's not about making it overly positive or about saying that you're totally awesome and totally crushing it and totally a winner. It's simply reframing. It's reframing it into a true statement, but it's one of possibility instead of negativity and impossibility. I hope this helps. I hope this helps gets you started. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks again for the question, and have an awesome day, and see you next week on Coach's Corner.